Marie. Marie! She's never here when I need her. Marie! Marie, I need you. She's never here. Oh.
Oui, madame.
Oh, Marie. Okay, I am going upstairs, and I wish for no callers. Is that clear?
Oui, madame.
Oh, tell Cook there'll be 7 at dinner tonight.
Oui, madame.
And tell her we will eat promptly at 7 o'clock. Mr. Ramsgate does not like to wait.
Oui, madame.
You've been employed here just 3 weeks. I hope you're happy here at the Crossroads, Marie.
Oui, madame.
Oh, I could listen to you speak French for hours.
Merci, madame.
Just like that. The way you say merci reminds me of when I got to go to France. And I am sure that only a person who was born and raised there could speak with such a beautiful French accent as yours.
That is true, of course. Madame is very clever. I hope that I can stay here for toujours et toujours.
Oh, I do too, Marie. But please tell me, what's that de jour mean?
It means forever and forever, madame.
I knew it did. I just had to make sure. Hey, by the way, Marie, have you seen my daughter, Dorothea, this afternoon?
Mademoiselle Dorothea she left the house right after the luncheon. She has gone riding on the back of the horse.
You mean my daughter's horseback riding, don't you?
Oui, madame. Mademoiselle is always riding on the horse, is she not?
Oh, yes. Ever since Dorothea was just a wee little girl, she's had her own horse. She spends a lot of time horseback riding.
She is so beautiful, that Mademoiselle Dorothea. So chic.
Well, she takes after me. But Dorothea's always been chic.
Oui, madame.
Tell me, Marie, have you ever been horseback riding?
Oh, once I hired a horse for an hour.
One time you rode a horse for an hour.
Oh, no, madame. Only for 2 minutes. The rest of the time we were finding that horse.
Well, if you'd ever like to go horseback riding, I can have some of the stable boys give you lessons.
Merci, madame, but I think not. I prefer to stay out of the hospital and in one piece.
As you will, Marie. Now remember, no callers.
I'll remember, madame.
Where are you off to, Mayor?
Dorothea, have you had a nice afternoon riding?
The same as usual.
You look absolutely marvelous, dear.
What good does it do me? There's nobody around here to see how I look. That is, no one who matters.
Now, Marie here was just saying how chic you are, weren't you, Marie?
Mais oui, mademoiselle is truly bewitching.
Thanks, Marie. You're not so bad yourself. You have very taking ways.
Taking ways? I do not understand.
Oh, no? Then let me explain. Yesterday, a best pair of my stockings went missing from my dresser. No one could have taken them but you.
Oh, you wronged me, mademoiselle. I would not take these stockings. I am honest and I wouldn't do such a thing.
I have a large bottle of perfume on my dresser. It was filled to the top when you first came to work for us, and it's almost empty. How do you account for that?
I do not know, I am sure, but I assure mademoiselle that I would not use the perfume.
You won't use any more of mine because I intend to lock it up where no one can get at it, and that applies to my stockings too.
Oh, mademoiselle, no one has ever accused Marie of being dishonest. I don't know what to say. I wouldn't do
Enough
such
of
a...
the alibis. I'm tired of hearing them. Go to your room, 23 Skidoo. In other words, beat it.
Oh my, Dorothea. Where have you learned such slang language?
Madame, If I may be allowed a word, please.
Oh, I think you should leave the room, Marie. I will call you if I need you.
Oui, madame.
Dorothea, I am shocked.
I thought you would be when you heard how my stockings and perfume have been disappearing.
But I'm not concerned about your things. What upsets me is your language. Skidoo?
Stop being so old-fashioned, Mater. Everyone uses slang nowadays. After all, what difference does it make? Nobody can hear except you and Father.
Now that's not true. You have some very nice girlfriends.
Girlfriends.
Girlfriends? What's wrong with your girlfriends?
They're not men.
Well, of course they're not men. I know that.
That's what's wrong with them. I've traded every girlfriend I've ever had for this one strong, virile man.
Oh, Dorothea.
When I find the one man that's destined to be my mate, I'll drag him to the justice of the peace and get married before he has a chance to protest.
Oh, darling, please don't do anything to disgrace the fine name of Ramsgate. You must remember our social position. You could have had... No, that's not right. Is that right? Oh, you could have had Mortimer Edom. Why, you turned him down and sent him away.
Mortimer Edom? That big piece of cheese.
Dorothea?
Well, that's all he is. When he took me out, I might as well have been with one of the girls.
Aw, what do you mean?
That Mortimer Edom used to spend his time making sure his socks matched his necktie.
Well, that's not all bad. I appreciate a man who likes to be well-groomed.
Well, I don't. I admire Father's type, and you know that he wears one necktie until it's ready for the rag bag.
I'll have you know, I buy your father at least a dozen new neckties every Christmas.
And you can just bet that no one has seen him wear one of them.
Well, okay, I will have a talk with your father and tell him he simply must find you a husband.
You can save yourself the trouble, Mater. I don't want Father to give me a husband in the same way that he'd purchase a horse.
Oh, dear. You could have had, what about Howell Chambers? I bet you could have him.
Howell Chambers, indeed. He has a lisp.
Well, that might be, but his parents have a lot of money. Chambers is the cream of society.
I'm not impressed, Mater. Remember that the cream of society today may be the cheese of tomorrow.
Dorothea, now you listen to me before you do something desperate. I'm gonna call your father.
Oh, Memphis Maisie.
You, Cookie Joe.
Yeah, who was you expecting? The Duke of Devonshire?
How did you get here? Never mind, you need to get out of here.
Now calm down, sis. I got some business to take care of in this place. I'll hand it to you. You found yourself a nice place here.
Well, I'm going by the name Marie, and I'm supposed to be French.
Oh, that's all right. Someone must have had you a French curler for you to work in a place like this.
Keep it down. Madam and her daughter are just upstairs. If they hear you, you'll ruin everything.
All right, I'll keep it down. Memphis Maisie, working for a bunch of swells as a French maid. The gang's gonna laugh like crazy when they hear this.
Would you just get out of here? Go on, you're gonna ruin things for me.
Now, like I said, I got some business to take care of here.
Well, I thought you were doing a long term in the big house.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people thought. If I fooled them.
Well, didn't you go to prison?
Yeah, I went for a little bit, but I just didn't like the atmosphere.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know, I have to have that right atmosphere. I just ain't happy. Can you believe it? Those people running that jail expect me to work with my little white hands.
Oh, that's terrible. Can you imagine such a thing?
Yeah, so I did something about it. I got my myself a mouthpiece to bust me into that place faster than you could say Jack Robinson.
Well, how did you know I was here?
I didn't. I was just surprised to see you as you were to see me.
But if you didn't come here looking for me, then why are you here?
Like I said, I got some business to take care of, and you might be able to find that one out. I mean, you seen those jewels that belong to your mistress?
You mean you're here after Madame Ramsgate's jewels? You think you can rob this place?
Think I know. Those jewels are as good as ours.
As good as ours? If you think I'm gonna help you, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Who said anything about you? All you gotta do is keep your mouth shut. You don't know nothing.
So, are you gonna try this thing alone?
No, I got my partner. He's the mouthpiece who sprung me out.
So, you got this partner, and he's a mouthpiece that sprung you out, and he's gonna pull the job off with you. I just can't imagine such a thing.
Yeah, but you haven't ever met a mastermind like Cassius Carstairs.
Who?
Cassius Carstairs. He's wise to every trick in the book of crime, and he doesn't stop playing his cards till he wins.
Cassius Carstairs. I have heard of him. Isn't he the guy that pulled off the Fisher job?
He sure is.
And didn't he die after the Fisher job?
That's what the cops told everybody, but they could never quite catch up to the mastermind. And that report was greatly exaggerated.
Well, if he has all that money from the Fisher deal, then why does he need Madame Ramsgate's jewels? Doesn't he have enough money on his own?
He had all that money. He throws fortunes away like nothing so he can have fun making new ones. He's a regular spendthrift, and he throws the rest of his money on dames. I mean, I don't think he has as much money as I do in my right arm.
Well, Cassius Carstairs sounds like some kind of man. I'd like to meet him. Maybe he'd be attracted to me. Who knows?
That's a hot one. He got so many dames after him, he has to keep 2 guys just to handle the overflow of women.
Has he ever been married?
Yeah, he gets married every day and twice on Sundays. Don't let you say that I didn't warn you. If you have a single piece of gold hanging in your mouth, Cassius Carstairs will have it.
Oh, so he's that type, huh? Well, I'd still like to meet him anyway.
You're about to get your wish. Here it comes now.
Gadzooks. I'd hoped to get here before you, Koki, but as usual, it seems you've stolen a march on me.
Yeah, I found my old friend Memphis Maisie working here. Memphis Maisie, this is Cassius Carstairs.
Pleasure to meet you, my dear.
Why, thank you, sir. The name is Marie.
Oh, no, you wrong me, my child. My name is Cassius Carstairs.
No, my name is Marie. At least that's the name I'm going by.
Where you been, Chief? You're late.
I know. I stopped off at this antique shop and purchased a handkerchief that once belonged to William Penn.
That must be worth a heap of dough.
I'd say so. So you mean to say that you own a handkerchief that was once owned by William Penn?
Yes, I believe you could say I now own the original pen wiper.
Shh, be quiet. If they hear you, they're gonna know if something's going on.
You're quite right, my dear. Our presence here must remain a deep and dark secret. I'm appalled at the sight of you in that disreputable-looking suit, Koki.
What do you mean? I had this made by George Pullman himself.
It certainly looks like you slept in it.
Egad, that suit shines like a good deed in a dirty world. But enough of this idle chit-chat. Let's get down to the business at hand.
Well, if you're wise, you'll listen to me.
No, it shall be the other way around, my dear. From now on, I'll do the talking and you'll do the listening. I take it by your attire that you're employed here by the Ramsgate family?
Yeah, can you believe it? Memphis Maisie working as a French maid.
Memphis Maisie. That was a central name in that Fulton affair a few years ago.
Be quiet. If they hear you, I'll be fired instantly.
Oh, have no fear, my girl. No one will know a thing about you through me or Koki.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You may stay here as long as you please, provided that you do my bidding. Do we have a deal?
You fiend, you know I'm helpless. I'm in your powers, Cassius Carstairs.
Well, now that we understand each other, here is my plan, you two. I need you to listen carefully.
Clayton, where is that darn butler?
Here he comes. Get out of here. Hurry.
Wait outside. Hurry.
Clayton is not here, Monsieur.
What did you say about the butler?
He is home sick, Monsieur.
Oh, yes, I knew that, Julie.
No, the name is not Julie, it is Marie.
That's right. Julie was our other maid, but my wife gave poor Julie her walking papers.
Well, I can understand that.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you don't mind my saying so, it is easy to see why any girl would be attracted to Monsieur.
Yes, I always was popular with the ladies. Bless their little hearts. But you better not let Mrs. Ramgate hear you talking that way, or she'll give you your walking papers.
Oh, have no fear, Monsieur. I understand perfectly.
Good, good.
Is there something that I can get for you?
Actually, there is. You don't suppose you could talk my wife into giving me an evening off, do you?
No, I'm afraid not.
I didn't suppose you could. Ever since we got married, that's the one thing I haven't been able to work out with her. I just don't know.
I thought I heard you down here, Rodney.
What sharp ears you have, Grandma.
Don't you grandma me. I'll have you know when we go out with strangers, they think you're my father, not my husband.
Wouldn't matter anyway, I still pay your bills.
Oh, there you go, catching another cold?
You know, why is it always settles in my head?
Well, that's easy. A cold always settles in the weakest part.
Is Dorothea still out riding, I suppose?
No, our daughter is up in her room. I'm glad you mentioned her because there are some things I need to talk to you about concerning her.
I have something more important to talk to you about, Felicia.
Oh, really?
Do you remember my sister Belle, who died a few months ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Belle.
Well,
what happened?
she had a daughter by a first marriage. She was born and lived her entire life in England.
Oh, I do. I do remember she had a child with her first marriage.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then she married again a few months ago. And her second husband and her daughter just did not get along at all. And Belle's daughter had this dream of being a singer, but her stepfather was dead against it.
So what's that have to do with us? Why are we talking about her?
You'll soon see, my dear. Belle's daughter ran away and came to America to pursue her career as a singer.
She's never come to see you, has she?
No, and she probably never will, because she knows I would probably make her go back to England.
Oh, how old is this niece of yours?
I think she turned 19 about 2 weeks ago. 19. What a lovely age. I hear she's a real beauty, too.
Enough of that. Just tell me the story. I have to hear how beautiful she is.
Well, Felicia, her solicitor sent me a letter and asked me to identify her if I could. And he sent me photographs of her. And she also told me that she wears an old-fashioned locket around her neck that has a picture of her mother in it. Now, as you know, attorneys in England are called solicitors.
Yes, I know that. So how much money did your sister leave you, Rodney?
She didn't leave me a farthing. The entire estate is to be turned over to her daughter.
Well, your sister's a very wealthy lady, so how much money did she leave to her daughter?
Well, the solicitor told me in a letter that when we convert the money to American, $100,000.
Woo! $100,000? So they called you. What part do you play in this?
I play a very important role in it. The solicitor wants me to try and find her and identify her, and I have the means to do that.
How do you expect to identify her when you've never seen her, Rodney?
I'm going to hire some detectives, and they will go out and put together a program to see if they can find her through the newspapers and advertisements.
So, aren't these advertisements going to cost us a lot of money?
No, not at all, my dear. Don't worry your little head about that. All the
So
money for
if-
that will come out of the estate.
Oh, good. So if they sent you photos, can I see them? Where are they?
Well, they're locked up in my desk drawer in my office, and some letters from Belle.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you going to do if you locate her? What are you going to do with her?
We'll have her come here and stay for a short time.
A short time is right. I hardly think that kind of girl out on the road is someone we want to make a permanent part of our household.
Well, Felicia, it's only going to be just a short time.
You're expecting to spend the night.
Oh, and I was going to tell you, right after dinner, I'm going to spend the night with a friend of mine who's going to be sick.
Rodney, what?
I mean, what I meant to say was, right after dinner, I'm going over to a friend of mine who is sick.
You are not going out tonight. You're staying home with me. And that's final, Rodney.
Felicia, when do I ever get a night off? Felicia, come on, listen to me.
You heard?
Every word.
Naturally.
Egad, this is the day I've been waiting for my entire life. The fates have smiled upon Cassius Carstairs at last.
What's eating you now, Chief?
Tonight, as the clock strikes midnight, you and I will force our way into Mr. Ramsgate's office. There we will go to work on his desk and extract all data involving his missing niece. You'll have to keep your wits about you about this, Cokie.
Sure thing, Chief.
I suppose I'll have to have camera Harry make copies of the photographs. I can copy the handwriting from the letters. Everything within the desk will have to be returned before the office opens again in the morning.
That's awful quick work, but I suppose it can be done.
It has to be done, and it shall be. I'll also try to find an old-fashioned locket. I'll insert a picture of the elderly Mrs. Bell within it.
So, how do you expect to locate the missing heiress?
I'm not going to try. Any girl who answers a description of the missing heiress would suffice. I'll memorize every detail that I can and try to find someone.
You mean that you expect to find some strange girl and bring her here and palm her off as Ramsgate's missing niece, and in that way collect the $100,000?
You guessed it. There must be some sweet girl out there that answers a description of Ramsgate's niece, a girl with a trusting soul. I shall bend all of my efforts to locating such a person without delay.
See, Maisie, I told you, man. Chief was a mastermind.
Stand back and observe a genius at work, you two. For as sure as my name is Cassius Carstairs, there'll be plenty of dirty work at the crossroads.
I wonder what old Mrs. Ramsgate wants to see me about. I never could abide that old cat.
Madame Ramsgate will be with you directly.
I do hope the mistress isn't ill.
Oh, au contraire. Madame Ramsgate is enjoying the perfect health.
Oh, I'm so glad. Mama and I are so fond of dear Mrs. Ramsgate.
So sorry to have kept you waiting, Clarice. You may go, Marie. Thank you.
Merci, madame.
It's so wonderful to have a French maid who speaks genuine French. I wish we had one.
Oh, yes, we love Marie. She adds such a tone to the establishment.
I studied French when I was in finishing school. Mama says I speak it beautifully.
The little dumbbell. Everyone knows she barely learned English, alone French.
Did you say something, dear Mrs. Ramsgate?
Oh, nothing important. I assume you received my note?
Yes, it came this afternoon, and Mama and I were so worried that you might have taken ill. It's so marvelous to see you looking so well. The old bat, I think she's aged 2 years in the last 5 weeks.
I'm so happy to know that you think I look well, Clarice.
You said in your note that it was something important.
Oh, it's so important because it concerns Dorothea.
Oh, Dorothea, where is she? Is she home?
No, actually, her father presented her with a new horse this afternoon, and she's out trying that new mount right now.
She's out riding alone? She's not afraid to do that?
Oh, Dorothea's not alone. She has her horse with her.
She's riding without an escort? Oh, Mama would never do that for me. She'd be so afraid that someone would steal me.
Her mother wishes someone would steal her. The only way they'll get rid of her. I called on you because I'm very concerned about Dorothea. You see, until a short time ago, you two spent a lot of time together.
Well, it's not my fault that Dorothea and I don't go around anymore, Mrs. Ramsgate.
It isn't?
Oh, no, Dorothea's the one to blame. She doesn't go around with any of her girlfriends. She's only interested in boys.
Well, you're interested in boys too, aren't you?
Oh, no. Mama would never let me go out with a boy.
Why not?
I'm much too young for that.
Too young indeed. She's at least 26 or 27.
Dorothea's much older than I am.
Well, I know Dorothea's age. I think I know yours too.
Yes, but my mama says that...
Well, let's not worry about Mama right now. I called on you to ask for your help.
Oh, whatever I can do to help you, dear Mrs. Ramsgate.
I'm planning a large party for Dorothea, and I plan to invite all of her girlfriends that she's always been friendly with. I was hoping that you would tell the girls in advance to be especially nice with Dorothea. Hopefully she'll return back to her circle of girlfriends, because I need Dorothea to forget about boys.
That is so impossible. Dorothea is boy crazy. Of course, Mrs. Ramsgate. I will be happy to call all the girls and get them together for you, whatever we can do.
Splendid. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, but I really must be going. Mother gets very angry with me if I'm late. She wants to make sure I get all of my beauty sleep.
Such a good idea.
I'll see you later. Tell Dorothea I said hello.
That little simpleton, she does get on my nerves. But I must do all I can to keep Dorothea content until the right man comes along. Oh, we just can't let that girl do something desperate.
Maisie, I gotta see you.
What do you want with me, Koki Joe?
Chief, he's here with the Dane.
The Dane? What Dane?
It's Mr. Ramsgate's missing niece.
Oh, he was able to locate the missing niece.
How can you be this dumb? No, it's the Dane that matches the appearance of the missing niece.
Well, who is she? Does she know what he's got in mind for her?
I don't know. He doesn't tell me that. All I know is she got the face of an angel and she sure is a looker.
Well, you certainly haven't answered my question. Does she know why Cassius Carstairs brought her here?
Of course she knows. Mr. Chief's told her that this is in everyone's best interests.
I see.
Yeah, and he's got some stuff on her from what I hear, so she's gotta do what he says.
Well, I have to say I feel sorry for any girl that falls into Cassius Carstairs' hands. He'll just break her heart and then throw her away like an old glove.
I'm sure you're going to love it here, my dear.
There's Chief. Here he comes now.
Where is that old coot of a Ramsgate?
He's not here right now.
Yet he knew that I was coming here to see him this evening. Egad, he'll pay dearly for this insult.
Madam Ramsgate is expecting him any minute.
If he knows what's good for him, he'll get here soon. Oh, come right in, my dear. Welcome to the crossroads, Carlotta, and may you spend many happy hours here.
At last I have found a refuge. All my life I have dreamed of being ensconced in such an environment as this, but I never expected to achieve it. It'd be impossible to be anything but happy, such a glorious atmosphere as this.
Aren't you forgetting your home in England, Carlotta? That too was a magnificent abode, was it not?
Not as palatial as this, my friend. And after my own dear father passed away, the house seemed to take a note of sadness.
Wait outside, you. I would have a few words with Carlotta in private. As for you, to your room, girl, to your room.
After all I've been through, it'll be so wonderful to have servants to cater my every whim.
Carlotta Flower. How the name becomes you, my dear.
Yes, I thought it was a lovely name. That's why I decided to take it, and I embarked a career as a singer.
Now, you must heed my words, girl. Be on your guard when you meet Rodney Ramsgate for the first time. Unless you are able to convince him that you are his missing niece, my experiment will be a complete failure.
Have no fear, I will not fail. One who has been as good and kind to me as you have been.
I thank you, my dear. Also, try to remember that you spent your early life in England, and you have not been to America until just a short while ago.
Oh, I don't have to worry about remembering that. You've dinned it into my ears so often and with such regularity, I've come to believe it myself.
And if anybody tries to question you about anything, you'll refer them to me and change the subject hastily.
You're such a wonderful person, Mr. Carstairs. The fact that you're so concerned about Mr. Ramsgate's health proves what a loyal friend that you are.
Oh, I thank you, my dear. I hope you will always maintain your high opinion of me.
I'm sure that I always shall. You've gone out of your way to befriend me, though I was a stranger to you. And your every action since we first met has been of a perfect gentleman.
That is only as it should be.
It is good of you indeed to devote all of your time and energy to this experiment which involves Mr. Ramsgate and me.
It was Mr. Ramsgate's physician who informed me that they feared a complete mental breakdown if his missing niece would not be located. The thought of his niece being out there alone and friendless has been weighing on him so heavily they fear a complete collapse.
It was to prevent such a collapse from taking place that you were determined to find a girl who would resemble Mr. Ramsgate's niece, bring her here, and present her to the old gentleman?
Yes, that is my only motive for bringing you here.
Your cause has become my cause. I am as anxious to prevent Mr. Ramsgate from suffering a mental collapse as you are, my friend. Rest assured that I shall always do my very best to convince Rodney Ramsgate that I am his lost niece.
Felicia, Dorothea, where are you?
Be on your guard. Here comes your new uncle now.
Oh, Mr. Carstairs, we did have an appointment, didn't we? Am I late?
That's quite all right, sir. I'm glad you're here because I have a surprise for you.
Oh,
You called, Rodney. I
did
heard
you?
you.
You remember Mr. Carstairs, don't you?
Yes, I do. Nice to see you again, Mr. Carstairs.
Pleasure is all mine, my lady.
And what is this surprise?
Our search is over, sir. I have discovered and located your missing niece and brought her to you. Behold her.
You? You? My darling niece, welcome to the crossroads.
You get your arms from around that girl this instant, Mr. Rodney.
What's the matter with you, Felicia? What's wrong with an uncle embracing his niece?
All we have is this girl's word that she's your niece. It's gonna take a lot more than that to prove her claim to me.
Dear Aunt Felicia, although I've never met you before, I'd recognize you anyplace.
Really? You would?
Of course, you're exactly as I imagined you'd be.
And what do you mean by that?
I brought my credentials with me. Would you like to see them now, dear Uncle Rodney?
There's plenty of time for that, my dear. I'm convinced you are my niece.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Rodney, how can you be so sure?
Because I am. She matches to a T everything that the solicitor in England sent to me. And look at her. She looks just like my sister when she was young.
Well, there's to be no more of that hugging between you two.
Okay.
Got that?
Dear Aunt Felicia, I can see that you haven't changed any. You're just as jealous of Uncle Rodney as you always were.
You don't know what you're talking about. I have never been jealous of my husband.
Then why haven't you ever allowed poor dear Uncle Rodney to have a free evening and all the nights you've been married to him?
Why and how do you know anything about that?
It's very simple. You used to always tell my dear mother in your letters that if Mr. Ramsgate went out of an evening, you insisted on accompanying him.
There you have it, Felicia. All the times that you wrote to my sister, she read the letters too.
Okay, well, I repeat, no hugging.
Don't forget Sir Walter Raleigh.
Now that I've found a handsome new uncle, I hope we'll have a chance to get well acquainted while I'm here.
You think he's handsome? You should have seen me when I was young. Why, one time I had a gentleman put a cloak down so I could walk across the mud. What do you think of that?
That sounds like Sir Walter Raleigh to me.
I bet it was Sir Walter Raleigh.
I'll get you for that, Rodney. Should have known you wouldn't have a compliment for your
No harm
wife.
done, my dear. By the way, where's Dorothea? Is she still out riding?
Oh, Dorothea. She should have been hours ago. Oh my, I hope nothing's wrong.
There's a stranger coming up the road towards the house.
Oh,
I'm so anxious to meet my dear cousin Dorothea. I'm looking forward to enjoying many gay times with her.
It is a stranger, and he's got a girl in his arms. He's coming this way.
oh dear. Oh, Dorothea! Oh, what has happened?
It's all right, ma'am. She just met with a little accident. Where'll I put her?
Oh, place her on the sofa, please.
What's happened to our daughter?
Well, it looked like her horse was running away with her, and he was about to throw her. So I ran after her, got her up off the horse, and I carried her back here.
But how did you know where our daughter lives, young man?
Well, she told me. She didn't pass out till we was well on our way here.
Well, we're awful grateful that you took such time and care for our daughter.
Oh, shucks, it weren't nothing. Any galoot would have done the same thing. Well, I better be getting on my way.
Oh no, you mustn't go yet. You must be tired out from carrying me. Sit down and rest a while, won't you?
Well, I reckon I can stay if you want me to.
Oh, I most certainly do.
Rodney, you must rush and get the doctor immediately.
That's not at all necessary, Mater. I'll be good as new once I've rested a while.
Oh,
You saved my life. Promise me that you won't leave until Father knows where he can get in touch with you.
All right, I promise.
just lean on me, dear. I insist on a full checkup in the morning. Help us, Rodney. We need your help.
This is the first time I've ever been face to face with a real hero.
Oh, shucks, I ain't a hero. I just believe in helping any fair damsel in distress.
Those noble sentiments do him swell. And see, here's a man among men. Tell me, Mr.
Linda Hand.
Yes, I know you just know Northia at hand, but what is your name?
Linda Hand.
Oh, very well. Your name's a secret. You don't wish me to know it.
I already told you my name, miss. It's Linda Hand. Burgess Linda Hand.
Burgess Lindahan. What a thrilling name for a young hero.
And now, in return, you must tell me your name.
Gladly. I'm called Carlotta Flower.
Flower, eh? Well, that name sure suits you. I wonder how that girl I brought in is doing.
Oh no.
Carlotta, Dorothea would like for you to come up to her room if you would.
Of course, Uncle Rodney. I'll be right up.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to go right now, do you? Can't you stay down and talk to me for a few minutes?
Sorry, but I believe in doing things just as you're told to do them. The only person who profits by letting a thing slide is a trombone player.
You tell him you sure got the lips for it.
Well, if you'd like to, you may come upstairs and talk to Uncle Rodney while I get acquainted with my cousin Dorothea.
I sure will. I ain't never met a flower before, and I'm gonna watch you and see you grow.
Maisie, have you seen Chief?
No, I haven't, and I don't mind telling you I'm looking for him. I'm gonna have a talk with him.
I'm very good baby.
I'm always glad to oblige a lady. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm not one to beat around the bush, so I'm just gonna get right to the point.
I'll do so by all means.
You don't expect me to stand around here and help you collect a whole cold $100,000 in cash unless you cut me in.
Shh! Are you crazy? If someone were here to hear you right now, everything would be lost.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I'm willing to be reasonable, but this is hardly the time or the place to speak on these matters. My carriage awaits without.
Without what?
Without an occupant, of course. Why don't you go and get in the front? Koki and I will join you shortly. We'll head down to the old mill stream, and there we can discuss the possible division of the profits.
Sounds good to me. Don't you plan on stabbing me in the back. I'm gonna be parked on your trail from now on, Kirsty.
Where's your revolver, Koki?
Right here where it always is, sir.
I'm going to sit up front with Memphis Maisie. I want you to sit in the back. When I give you the signal, you let Maisie have it.
Could have me bump off Maisie so you don't have to cut her in?
Oh, the money doesn't mean that much to me. But I'll teach her that nobody calls me Kirsty and goes on living.
Okay, I think you're being a little hasty about this, sir.
Memphis Maisie's doom is sealed. She dies within the hour. Gadzooks. It's a beautiful night for a murder.